feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride no wave.
Don't believe me? Play the game like a king. Can't make this dumbass shit up, people. Can't make it up, okay? Can't make this shit up, okay? Wow. Anyway. I told you last time, you know, we had I have a qualifying offer in my email for a deal potentially worth $2 million for either of us. It was $1 million guarantee if we showed up and boxed. Celebrity boxing. I think the guy's name is Damon Felder. I can't remember his name. I might be fucking up his name, so I don't want to do that because he seems like a very generous guy. But he offered me $1 million. He offered Meek $1 million. And the winner would get an additional $1 million. So that's $3 million up for the competitors, right? I thought I was rather fair and even, hey, listen, you know, apparently we had some issues. So, okay, we could just get some money. If he's everything he's said to be, he could get $2 million by beating my ass. He has, from what I heard, politely declined that, right? Now, I'm going to make an example out of him today. And I'm probably going to show him why he should have took the boxing match. Because what he tries to do is this pseudo tough guy, I'm cosplaying as a gangster and killer. And it's usually worked against everybody who, as they would say, ain't like that. And I'm one of those people who ain't like that. You're right. Except we don't believe it anymore. Even I don't even believe it. The bunny hopping, the half a brainness, the balling when you get sent to jail for doing a wheelie, the run around. It doesn't seem like the guy that I need to be scared of. But yet he gets on Twitter, puts out 50 threats a day. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling on the people. Today, yes, this is a call to action of so to speaks. I even have a monetary award for it. I might have to get off Twitch for a portion of this, but today we are going to show what being a pseudo tough guy and cosplaying as a gangster when the real money you're getting these days is from all of these funding for reform that you're getting a check for. You can't hold a picket sign over a dead body saying stop the violence and shoot up the block at night. We can't allow that to happen. So, Meek Mill, we want to teach you a lesson. I'm going to have a call to action today. I got money involved for y'all too. That governor that he was sitting next to crying like a fucking baby. Meek Mill crying. Let's see if we can find that video. This governor here. Hold on. Let's find it.
You all right? It's good, bro.
We all grew up in the streets.
Uh-huh.
And we try to be better, but they labeled us felons.
Also, I'm going to tell you another reason why I'm doing this too. You see, when a nigga is playing both sides, I want to show him I'm better at being a civilian than he is. Remember? Keep in mind, for anybody who says, yo, Ak, you're doing too much. Remember, he called the governor, or the governor called him, and he told the governor, I'm responsible for murders. Well, we should probably tell the governor something our damn selves. So tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, we gotta, and this is not doxing. The governor of Pennsylvania, his name is Josh Shapiro. He's the governor of Pennsylvania. He's sitting right here.
I go out this Sunday.
I'll show you him later in the same video where Meek was crying in. You're going to see the governor later on. Let me see. He's the guy right here standing to the right of him. He's the guy who's speaking right here. If you want to play civilian and tough games, we could play the civilian games. And we're going to do it like this. That office, which by the way is a public office, we're not doxing anybody. As a constituent of Pennsylvania, I have a right to call the governor and tell him something I don't like. I have the right to send him an email to alert him to something he might not know. We'll be doing that tomorrow, okay? That phone line should be blown the fuck up, and this will be everywhere. We're going to alert that governor of Meek Mill cosplaying as a killer and a gangster. He can't stand next to the guy who's encouraging violence when he's trying to have initiatives and go on speeches for possible re-election about stopping violence. We got to put an end to that today, okay? Sorry. We have to play how we play, okay? We just got to play how we play. I'm sorry. You can't be a better civilian than me because that's what I do. I vote, pay taxes, and I tell the governor when he's standing next to a low-life scum like Meek Mill. We're going to do it today. Anyway, we will get to that very shortly. But before we get to that, chat, y'all know I'm a nonviolent person. He's brought violence into the situation. I'm a nonviolent person. I wouldn't even say we could have boxed if he didn't kept using like these words of I'm gonna give you a combination, which I'm like, hey yo, my nigga, I don't want no combination from you. You might try to give me the same combination as you gave Diddy, but here's the thing. Since he didn't want to box, I have a better idea. I didn't even learn this one from the 48 Laws of Power. Actually, I kind of did. Chat, I did the most noble thing I think of could have done. So after eviscerating this guy's street cred, character, album sales, rap career for the last week and a half, Meek Mill finally realized, and this is, chat, trust me, he's learning. He's stupid, but he's learning. He realized the power of media. I always told you the most powerful thing in the world is media. It controls the flow of information, and it could also control the narrative. Okay? Trust me. He who controls information is always the most powerful. That's why I tell every artist, never beef with media. You need to utilize them. You can use them as a tool. You use them. Don't beef with them. Meek is retarded. He would never understand why I would say that. Now, I'll tell you why I say this. After eviscerating this nigga's entire livelihood, okay, and I've kept it above the belt. We're not bringing in women and kids. We're leaving that out. But after eviscerating his entire career, street cred, all that type of stuff, the entire Philly is down to line up to say, yo, this guy he ain't the king no more. Matter of fact, his best friend, did you watch the episode I dropped today? He said, Uzi's the king. He said, that nigga ain't the king. He keep flopping. I didn't say it. That's what they're saying in the Philly streets. By the way, make Philly great again. What I did want to say is that Meek finally came to his senses. This is when he realized that media has the power. Because he probably sat back and been punching the air and said, how the fuck did this peon named Akademiks do all this to me? The whole conversation has changed. They're all clowning me. He finally said, the reason why he did it is because he has a podcast and I don't have one. So he said, I want to have a podcast deal. I have a lot to say on many different levels. If you have a podcast business moving slow, I can reverse it. From Meek Mill, I've always been my own media, and I want to join the culture of black media. This boy trying to intern as a media personality. Ain't that a bitch? The boy couldn't defeat me in the booth. Now he said he trying to podcast with me. Oh shit! Well, Meek, that's all you had to say. Now, this was an important win for me, people. Remember I told you about this boy's ego. You see, he comes from the school of thought that media works for the artist, and you could bitch them around, intimidate them, slap them up, jump them, threaten to kill them to get your way. That's how it worked when you're dealing with Hot 97, who needs an interview from you because you're the hottest thing, because that's the only outlets you had at that time. These days, My biggest flex is telling these artists I make more money talking about you than talking to you. So I can sit here and keep talking about you, because after I do one interview with you, it's like, okay, was there more to talk about? You answered the questions. I could just keep talking about you every day. Think about it. Now, I see Meek trying to get over to the podcast side, and I realized I took this out of the book of Hove. This one was good. I said, wait, he's trying to podcast now? He don't want to rap no more. He flopped. Don't want to box. It's free money on the table. Now he want to podcast. Got you. Chat, I took this from the book of Hove. Here we go. Watch this, chat. After he said this, I big dog this little nigga. I said, yo, hold on. And this is why another thing with Meek is so stupid. How are you so rich, you have all these connections, and you still coming to Twitter to ask for the most basic things? Boy, don't you got an agent? You know, if you really wanted a podcast deal, you could just hit your agent. Maybe you're with CAA. I'm with UTA. You know, if I want a book deal, I wouldn't go on Twitter and say I need a book deal. I would call my agent. Hey, Big Act needs a book deal. Figure it out. Call me back. They gonna get their percentage. I ain't gonna tell you what percentage they get off me. They're going to make it happen. So when you see Meek Mill doing dumb shit like this, like I need a podcast deal, but he's tweeting it out, posturing. So he asked for it. I obliged. I offered him $1 million. The best way to solve a beef with an op is to hire him. Meek, I'm trying to get you under the fold, okay? You could work for the Academy too. You feel what I'm saying? Punch a time card, get up in the building, and start podcasting, my nigga. The only thing is we're going to have to fix the mics because you be shouting a lot. And we just got to make sure the way you be screaming in the raps, when you screaming in our fucking studios, we make sure it's soundproof and that we record you right. So I offered him a deal. Here's the deal I gave him. People, this is great. I said, Meek, I'll offer you $1 million up front. 52 episodes. One a week. You know that nigga's stupid. I was going to say 52 episodes for a year, but I know he wasn't going to get that meant one a week, so I just had to put it out. Just write it out simply. One a week. I said, we own the audio and video with an option to renew for the second year. Now, some people might not know podcast or like, whatever, because some people thought that meant I own the thing. No. This is more of a distribution deal still, honestly, right? We own the audio and video produced in the deal. That's how it normally works. Like if I pay you to produce something, right? If I'm giving you $1 million up front and you produce 52 episodes, those 52 episodes we would own. You get what I'm saying? If you make other episodes afterwards, you own them shits. We don't give a fuck. So only the episodes you create in that deal we would own. Just like and by the way, here's the thing too. Meek Mill, I know all your contracts from Atlantic. That's going to be my next trick. I'm trying to get it to put it up on the screen. Because all that big dog shit you've been talking about. From what I've heard, you've never gotten big dog numbers from your label. So me giving you $1 million deal when your first deal you signed for way less than $1 million. Boy, stop trying to act like a big dog, okay? This was a very generous deal. And I think Vlad even agrees. I'll get to him in a second. So I'm explaining the deal to y'all. And by the way, this is standard. This is standard. Just to let y'all know, I'm very transparent. Technically, like for example, the Lil Durk episode. That was a episode that was made and released while I was under a deal with Spotify. Now, Spotify, they're cool. Like Spotify, they're cool if I take my old episodes and do stuff with them, but they own them. Spotify owns those episodes. You did it under our deal. Any episode I do now, I own. You get what I'm saying? But why the hell, if I'm paying you $1 million, I wouldn't own those particular episodes? That's what I said. And what I mean by those episodes, that's what I said video and audio. Because in podcast land, they actually still look at audio only. So get rid of the video. Audio is a thing. Like, not to really snitch on nobody, but I like giving you out a business game because this is why we bond, right? Like Drink Champs, they usually do 2 deals. Drink Champs usually has a deal just for their audio. And then they have a deal for their video that also has audio too. But the video is a whole different thing, right? So, I don't want to be too much like trying to, it's not even exposing other people in the game, but that's just kind of what it is, right? Me, I've never really done deals. Well, I've only done one podcast deal in terms of me and Spotify, but any deal I would ever pursue, I wouldn't try to have two companies own the same thing. Like, hey, you guys get the audio or just the audio, and then these guys get just the video. I don't know. I like both of them going to the same place, right? Okay. So, I said we'll own the audio and the video, and here's the great thing about it. It's a 1-year deal with an option for a second. By the way, the deal I'm offering them, I guarantee, I want any podcaster in the game to get on the mic and say that they could get this deal from anyone else. Nobody giving this deal out. Factuals. Not one person giving out this deal right now because podcast deals are over. Podcast deals are over. And I'm going to tell you why it's over. I'm going to give you a lot of business game here. And Meek, your stupid ass, I know you're in the back. Stay after class. We'll give you a little bit more business sense about what's really going on. So cool. So we're giving them a 1-year deal with an option to renew for a second. Obviously, we'd own the option. It wouldn't be like him because obviously he's just going to use our production shit, get lit, and then go get a bigger deal somewhere or try to get a bigger deal somewhere or go independent. So we would have the deal to renew for a second. But usually most podcast deals, they want to go 3 to 4. Or they'll be like, yeah, we're signing you for 1 year because they don't want to have to stuck being paying you. They give you 1 year, but they want at least 3 options, which means if you're successful, they keep you in the deal for multiple years. We're just saying we need 1 option. Cool, right? By the way, let me relate it to music. Meek Mill, I know about your contract with Atlantic Records. You had they signed you for 2 albums with like 4, okay? With like 4 options. I'm giving you the best option possible. 1, you give us 1, and you got 1 option. You signed to Atlantic for 2 and 4. This is why they had to drop you. You didn't leave. They dropped you, okay? Because they had the option to pick up your deal while you wanted to negotiate. They told you your last album sales were inflated. They spent a lot of marketing dollars. Basically was saying you're not worth your weight in gold. They also looked and weighed their, what they could get back on a return if they picked up your next option, and they declined, and that's why you're a free agent. Nobody was hating on you. Nobody wasn't having a conspiracy theory. I'm giving you X's and O's, dollars and cents. You, as a musical artist, was not profitable to the margins that Atlantic wanted, so they dropped you like a bad habit. Put it like this. I'm giving you $1 million. I know it says up front, which Vlad said, yo, good luck giving them up front. I wouldn't give him $1 million to sign. We would do literally, what's $1 million? It's about like $87,000 per month. We'd pay him $87,000 per month. You get what I'm saying? $87,000 a month. He could invoice every month or quarterly, whatever. Feel me? So, because you give a nigga like, I'm not giving no nigga who keep rapping about gambling, rollies, and cars $1 million up front. He gonna do 3 episodes and dip on my ass. You feel me? Finesse the shit out of me. So we gonna pay him per month, okay? That's it, okay? Anyway, so I said with an option to renew for a 2nd year, also, we're gonna bust down ads. So for people who say, well, $1 million is low, first of all, you can't get $1 million right now in podcasting. You just can't. You can't go out and get this deal unless, okay, and now I gotta say, they don't do these deals no more, unless it's exclusive. Nowhere in my deal said he had to be exclusive. Do you understand? Now, if I said I have the Academy app that your podcast would have to be exclusive to, that $1 million probably triples or goes up more, if you get what I'm saying. Because it's only going to be released via my platform, so I'm hoping anybody who's going to listen is going to come to my platform. You pay usually about triple for exclusivity. Triple or more what the market would offer for exclusivity. I'm keep saying this. I'm giving y'all the game. Listen, y'all never gonna hear these niggas talk about this shit like this. They act like it's the boogeyman, but Big Ack is here. You heard me? So, because it's not a because it's not a exclusive deal, that's why it's just $1 million, even though $1 million is a lot of fucking money. Now, let me give you one exception. Joe Rogan, allegedly, his new deal, he still got like $250 million, but it's not exclusive. He's a one of one. He's a fucking reindeer. He's a goddamn, like, you know, just, what do you call it again? He's a fucking, like, he's a shooting star. He's getting the same money for an exclusive as he would for being on all platforms. And the only reason why he's getting that, not only is because he's Joe Rogan, is because he spent 3 years only being exclusive to Spotify. Spotify got a great return on that in terms of subscribing podcasters subscribing listeners. And they drove the listeners so much that was good for them. They were happy with the amount of people he brought to Spotify. Second of all, and this is the other part. This is why they're open with him putting back his shit on YouTube. About a year and a half ago, Spotify, they start boosting up their ad sales department. And once they got into that heavily, they realized that Joe Rogan was the single biggest driver of ads. They were selling almost TV rates for his podcast. Nobody else. But these niggas, as soon as you hear these niggas say Blue Chew, they get $1,000. I'm telling you, this is a fact, okay? They get $1,000. As you hear these things, yo, hey, your dick don't get hard? Get this Blue Chew. $1,000. Not saying it's a little, not saying it's whatever. $1,000. That's it. If Joe Rogan was supposed to read the exact same ad, at least $150,000 per that 30-second. Actually, I forgot where I saw his rate at for a 30-second read. Wild amount of money. This is just to showcase the difference between your local podcaster and Joe fucking Rogan. Just to let y'all know, I'm giving y'all the game, people. Meek, you better not fall asleep in class, Meek. Your stupid ass better stay up. I'm giving you game. Okay. Right. So, what they realize is that, by the way, also, I'm very honest and open. And I seen this on a Verge article, and I could tell this was the thing. Even when I was at Spotify. They would leverage Joe Rogan to help other shows that they had. They was cross-collateralized. So maybe they have a sponsor who just wants Joe Rogan. You know what they would say to that person? Hey, you got to buy ads on Joe Rogan's show, Akademiks show. It's not like they really want me. They want Rogan. But Rogan is so coveted and had so much pull in terms of ads that they'll be like, hey, if you want Rogan, you got to buy ads on these 15 other shows. That's just what it is. You know what they're going to say? All right, fuck it. Here, take that little 5K or whatever it is. I don't know, 5, 10K. I don't know, whatever. I don't know what they were charging for. I didn't know that information. That the Spotify's not going to tell you. But yeah, they were down for that. So this is why Joe Rogan is the only show that is not exclusive anymore, but he's still getting the same amount of money because ad-wise, they're leveraging how coveted he is. Which means now that they let him be outside of Spotify, his analytics has now increased triple at least. So now, what if they used to charge, I don't know, I'm making these numbers up, say $150,000 for like a 30-second ad read or a personal endorsement, now they're going to have to pay at least $300K, and Spotify could make it make sense with them paying Joe Rogan that. Do you guys get it? I think you guys are smart. You guys get it. Bet. By the way, I'm not cooking Meek right now. People say, yo, chill out, like with the Meek cooking. Like, we're not cooking. I'm giving you some game on just podcast deals, right? So yeah. So I said also we're gonna bust down 50% of ads that we bring in. Okay. Now, usually in an exclusive, like for example, I'm pretty sure with the Rogan thing, they're not busting out ads with them. They just gave him that big lump sum. Hey, you get 250 mil. It's our jobs to go get that 250 mil. But when you have usually a regular podcast deal, you wanna, unless you're trying to finesse these niggas, right? You know what I mean? There's mad companies that try to finesse, right? They be like, hey, I know you want the million, so take the million. You don't get none of the ads. Basically, we were down to do 50%, right? Which, by the way, is very generous too. Very generous. You know what I mean? Sometimes people will do more on we're 50-50, which means the Prize Picks comes in. I don't know. Price Picks, they pay a lot of money. They might come in like, hey, we got 50,000, we got 100,000, we got 150,000, whatever, and half of that would go to Meek, right? So in addition to the $1 million, he would be getting half of that as well, right? Fashion Nova, I don't know, Pretty Little Things, all these other things, or whatever, right? Now, for people who are like, misinterpreting this and be like, yo, why would he sell his podcast? I keep telling y'all about owning video and audio is only what was produced. He would still own the podcast. So he would own the IP of the podcast, just like how I own the IP of Off the Record, right? I own it, right? And I said, but we share the IP as long as we're in a deal. It's the same thing that me and Spotify had. While we were in the deal, Off the Record was co-owned by me and them, really just that they could make decisions and that they could flex whatever in terms of how the podcast was going to be on their network. But after the deal is over, they're like, you own this shit, right? It is what it is. Okay. So anyway, that was the deal. Now, I know it's a little boring to y'all, but I love explain business type shit. That kind of makes me feel good. But I will say this was a very generous podcast deal. But of course, Meek the Dunce, even after I offer him such a lucrative deal that I'm telling you, you can't get on the market right now because these days people are willing to give you ad incentive deals, which is all based on the ads, but guaranteeing you this amount, especially for a non-podcaster or someone who doesn't have it established, you're not going to get it, bro. You're just not going to get it. And you heard Vlad said, and by the way, I did say, we're going to handle the production, so we're paying for production costs, we'll record, edit, and obviously promo as part of the deal. Okay, which, by the way, I think is an amazing deal. Vlad says, good luck giving someone $1 million up front and expecting them to do a job. That's true. They've never done for 52 weeks straight. He says Spotify tried to do the same with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Yeah, that is true. Anyway, okay. All right. Okay. Now, let's saute this nigga just real quick. Now, Meek after, actually, let me go to let's go listen to Meek's best friend. There's some very interesting parts in this. I gotta get timestamps.
When you hear that?
It was 50,000 for somebody.
Yeah, that was for my bell. Thank
Still
you.
something.
That was before I went to jail. That was a part of me getting away from there. You know what I'm saying? Not being heard. Excuse me. My voice too quiet over there. I'm not being heard, I'm not being respected. Let me get away from there and do my own thing. I got away from there and started doing my own thing. Unfortunately, when I was doing my own thing, I had some legal business going on. I was finna go to jail. I went to jail, I did some time. Now I'm back home, I'm back to doing what I was doing, I got away from there to create my own thing.
Yo, hold on, I gotta show y'all, the part about Drake is hilarious, hold on.
I knew that.
Don't involve everybody. Don't, I'm right here at Delilah's, or I'm right here at Sin
You said
City.
he went from north to
Yo,
south.
I'm right here.
Taking a picture and posting the next day. That's like the same.
Now if I go home, right? He gonna wake up, he gonna be with his moment. We just got finished riding a bike all day. Really?
Here we go.
No way, you're lying.
So he's telling the story of how the beef started with the beef started with Drake.
We left the store. They was arguing outside. They was inside. They got their feelings. Everything was cool. They get to arguing like normal stuff. We was on pedal bikes. We was riding pedal bikes.
What?
Yeah, in Miami.
Oh, this is Miami.
Yeah, we was in Miami. Me, Meek, and Cool riding pedal bikes. We on our way back
Like
to our
city bikes
hotel.
type shit?
Pedal bikes, like regular bikes.
I can't even imagine niggas riding pedal bikes. That's not crazy.
Yeah, we used to come through the streets like that.
Miami Beach?
Yeah, just us three.
Oh, shit.
Meek at the top of his career, no security, we riding through with pedal bikes. People could touch that ball. That's why he was so strong like that. Nothing happened. Oh, it's jury.
When you moving with him at that time, if y'all got no security, you like, man, something happened. Because
He is on security, though. Like, he ain't no chump. He is on security. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm in super security. He his own though.
So they saw.
By the way, this is one of the takeaways from this interview. You know, Meek is gonna call this a hating ass interview, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the dude was. I walked away from this saying, man, I could tell he feels hurt, bro. Like he ain't come here to bash Meek. He ain't come here really on some. Like he obviously said things that probably was not congruent with like Meek Mill's image or whatever the case is, and maybe that's what we're gonna say. He exposed them or whatever, but. He ain't. I could tell, like, bro, he felt hurt. Like, yo, you let me down. Like, I put everything on the line for you. I took a lot of risk for you. I went to jail behind certain shit, and you ended up blaming me for your house getting robbed, and you ended up talking about me in a way that is just not how you would talk about somebody who put their life on the line. And he's hurt. I'm gonna be honest with you, and you could tell by the look in his face.
Arguing. When they argue, what are you doing? Are you just like, yo, man, here we go again?
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah, exactly. You blowing mine. I'm trying to.
Shit happening again.
People now is leading outside the store shut down though. But they in there, so ain't nobody else in there. They shut down.
You always had a good relationship with Drake, though. I would think.
Yeah, we did. We had a good relationship with Drake. We see Drake mess with Drake in his squad. Chubbs, Rocks, they was the guys. We mess with them guys. You know what I'm saying? We mess with Drake. Everybody had their own relationships with different people in Drake crew. You know what I'm saying?
So the argument starts. How did the fuck you get to the tweet?
It did. They argued, whatever they was doing. She got in the, we did our thing. We ran back to the hotel. We ready to get dressed. We ready to go out, chill, whatever we were ready to do for the night. Our daytime was over. I get to the room, Coon gets to the room, we plug our phones up on the charger. As soon as they come back on, they're like beep, 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 beep. All these messages. Everybody calling. Yo, what? Why are you letting him do that? Do what? The hell are you talking about?
So he wasn't talking me out about it. Man, fuck this nigga Drake. Man.
No, man. You won't hear me? We get back and we get in the phone calls like, yo, why did y'all allow him to do what? What the fuck is y'all talking about? What did he do? Go to his page and see this. I go to his page, nigga done posted up a whole long ass story about this dude. And I'm sitting there and I'm reading and I'm like, yo, what the fuck transpired between him and Cuz? Like, what the fuck happened? It's like, shh. I walk over there to Cuz' room. I go back to his room. Do that for me. Sitting there like, it's done. It's done. Fuck it. Fuck him. That's what it is. Did it? All right, cool. We got to stand on that. Now, whatever happened, happens. That's how it is.
Damn.
How you do that?
Yeah, yo, there's some very interesting parts in it. He talks about Nicki. He talks about, other people around. He talked about Karen. I gotta hit Karen Civil because I meant to hit her because I know her name came up in this. He used to date Karen Civil at the time, and you got to realize Karen Civil is like she's Olivia Pope of this industry, right? And I guess according to him, Meek was telling him, yo, you got to stay with this chick because this chick is going to make sure, we're good in the game and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, yeah, you guys go check out the whole thing, man. I want to see what you guys kind of what's stuck out to y'all. I'm not going to sit here and watch the whole thing. If there's, somebody says, Karen Civil from the Joe Budden Network, if that's only where you know Karen Civil from, you wow. Karen Civil, used to work around Dipset back in the day. Karen Civil, basically, I think the biggest or the thing that kind of catapulted her into a really powerful position when she brought a lot of artists who never been online. So you got to remember, she's been around that long. She was that face for them online or who managed their online shit. First of all, Wayne. Wayne and them was never on Twitter, they never knew about websites. And she was the person that was dealing with that. And then Wayne went to jail and she was the front line for a lot of handling his shit. Obviously, she worked with Nipsey afterwards. Yeah, now Karen, that chick, I ain't even gonna lie to you. You can't even play with Karen. Truth be told, she's been in this game a long time, moves really savvy. She's super respected, super respectful, and they were dating. Shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. Karen Civil was one of those first people that made me realize, bro, you could you could live a better life than these rappers if you just work behind the scenes. I remember seeing her with like a Rolls Royce, and I was like, how the fuck did she get that? Do you know what I'm saying? And then you get to realize that, man, the money in music and rap just wasn't for the entertainer. Like, managers, like, if anybody's seen Scooter Braun, that nigga is getting to it. Anybody seen Steven Victor, that nigga is getting to it. Dre London, that nigga is getting to it. A lot of these managers actually, they be looking very well off more than even, like, shit. I don't know if P really shows it, but shit. I see my man P at Super Bowl, and I said, damn, man, I could just, I look at him, I said, man, that $300 million just dripping off you. Pause. You know, he just sold QC to Scooter Braun's company, but he's still the CEO of QC. So, you know what I mean? So he's up at least $300 million just off the sale, and he was already probably making, who knows, 40 to 50 million every year off QC. So shit, he up a ridiculous amount, right? But yeah. So that's who Karen Civil is. He speaks about that. He speaks about the Nicki stuff. He speaks about the dynamic. He speaks about how Meek used to just basically give niggas, which I thought that was foul. I don't know if maybe I'm looking into it too much. He said Meek would give people DC chains, like Dream Chaser chains, and then just take them back at the end of the night. And I think we're used to, especially like even with the King Von situation, he bought chains and gave it to people like, hey, this is a gift to you. Apparently, and this guy even said it. He said, bro, we weren't really getting paid. Like, things went kind of crazy when we're not really getting paid or compensated, and we got to do other things. Some people started selling pictures. Some people started whatever. And I do believe that kind of led to like the Chasers moving and breaking up a little bit. Because, yeah, if I'm not paying my wolves and then my house get robbed, of course I'm going to think my wolves robbed it. Because I'm like, how the fuck they knew how to get in there? How the hell they knew we was there? Yeah, you're going to think it's your own team. And it's going to be fueled by the fact that you never paid them. You never were compensating them. So, you know, it is what it is. It's a pretty good story. You guys can go check it out. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, before we get off the Meek Mill train, man, we got to do this one thing, people. We got to do this one thing here, people. And I ain't going to lie. Twitch, I love y'all, but I don't want Twitch to hit me with no warnings for this, even though this is a public office, we're about to do this. All right, so I'm going to get off Twitch for 1 second. Twitch, I'll get back. Okay. Anyway, people. This is a call to action, man. We're going to stop the fake bunny hop thugging from Meek Mill. I'm sick and tired of it, okay? Now, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to do this two ways. First and foremost, we're going to write a letter to our Governor Shapiro, okay? And I encourage everybody to go to, right, governor.pa.gov. You can do it with me. Do it at home. You can even do it while you're watching this on YouTube. We all got to do this because it's the only way to handle a fake thug like him, okay? First and foremost, you're going to go here, and then we're going to hit contact and request, okay? And wait, hold on. How do we write the fucking letter? They have like a whole little thing here where we can write a letter. Here we go. No, not contact and press. How do we write to the nigga? News. No, wait. Contact the governor's office. Perfect. So go here, contact the governor's office, and we got a form to fill out. Chat, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. The hater in me is strong tonight because I'm filling this shit out. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Word. Livingston Allen, nigga. I'll put my government on this bitch, okay? I gotta put my address. I'll use my Pennsylvania address. Oh, okay. I can't tell you where that is. Okay. Anyway, this is the message. Let's just get to the message real quick, man. Dear Mr. Governor, I am a concerned citizen residing in the state of Pennsylvania. The hater in me is strong tonight. Pennsylvania. I'm a concerned citizen residing in the state of Pennsylvania about the individuals that you choose to surround yourself with, given your stance on anti-violence and also reforming the prison system. This is going to be a lot of hate. Chat, we're going to have this that you could copy and paste. Well, actually, no, send your old letter because I don't want them to think this is spam. Send your old letter, but it should be around this, okay? Now, here's where the Google comes in. This is going to be one of my finest work. Charleston White, I know you'd be proud. Here we go. Pennsylvania Governor Meek Mill. We gotta figure out when it happened. Here we go. Oh, also we're gonna hit up this news site too because we need to get an interview with them too. Okay, Philadelphia. Okay, great. We just wanted to know when it happened. Okay, he signed 3 bills into law. They aim for criminal justice reform. Okay, here we go. Independence Mall, where he signed. I need to know what bills. Josh Shapiro signed 3 bills. Independence Hall, prison reform. We gonna get him out of here, Chad. I ain't gonna lie to you. No more fake thugging. He listen, for anybody who might, number one, it is kind of hate, but I'm gonna be honest with you. We can't have a guy who's cosplaying as a gangster in the daytime, and as a reform activist in the daytime, and a whole killer who's spinning blocks, spraying up cars with switches, and copping Dracos. We can't have the same guy doing both. You got to pick a side because just like I can't be a thug and a civilian, he can't be an activist and a thug. I'm sorry. Can we force him to pick a side? We're gonna force him to pick a side today. Okay, here we go. No. We got to find the reform. Here we go. Is this? Oh, perfect. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Perfect. I'm going to make some shit up. I ain't going to cap with you. As someone who has... Oh, okay, all right. Choose to surround yourself, giving your stance on anti-violence and also reforming the... Reforming... I don't even know how to say it. Hold on. We got this, though. Reforming the... Okay. The Pennsylvania probation system. The individual you stood next to and used as the example of such needed change and reform is a menace to society. I'm sorry. I ain't got no other way to say, bro. I ain't got no other way to say, Chad. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I ain't got no other way to say, bro. I ain't got no other way to say it. Recently, no. Wait, no. I got to make this shit spicy. Hold up, let me see. Recently, he's threatened to either have killed or harmed. Meek, I told you. I tell way better than you. You told that nigga on the phone. We about to tell him with 1,000 emails. Recently, he's threatened to have killed or harmed at least half of dozen other black men, including another rapper named Poundside Pop. And a civilian member, esteemed member of the press, DJ Akademiks. I've never been more proud of myself. Okay. I have followed up with your office multiple times. We just gonna cap it up. To see if this behavior is representative of someone who should be the face of reform in our beloved state. One more do I need to add to this shit, chat? One more I need to add to this bitch. I have screenshots and videos proving. Screenshots, videos, and tweets. I used to be going crazy in college, like typing up essays. Like, yo, teacher said give me a 131. I knocked that shit out in a bit. You feel me? With proof of these things. And okay. As someone, I'm just making up some lines now. As someone who has had my 3 uncles incarcerated for over 20 years and then put on probation for over 10 years. Changed behavior should be rewarded Y'all gotta help me write this shit, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hold on. Let me go in the chat real quick. Y'all gotta help me write this. Change behavior should be rewarded. However, if a individual showcases time and time again on public platforms, what the fuck? Wait, no, hell no. Damn, we only have 1,000 characters? Bro, I can't even tell in this amount. All right, fuck all that. No. Okay. All right, we got to keep it short then. Okay. We got to take out this last line. Fuck. I thought it said like 10,000 shit. Oh, we ain't even mentioned Meek's name. If we gonna tell, we got to, what's his real name? I got to put his government too. Meek Mill. What's his name? His name is Robert Meek Williams. Say less. Meek, this is how you really tell. Okay. The individual you stood next to. Robert. No, hold on. Let me delete this last one right here. Robert Meek Williams, a.k.a. Freak. No, I can't put Freak Mills. Nah. Meek Mills. There we go. And use it as an example of such needed change and reform is a menace to society. Recently, he threatened to kill or harm at least a dozen other black men, including rapper Poundside Pop and a civilian, an esteemed member of the press, DJ Akademiks. This is concerning to me. Perfect. There we go. All right, chat. Listen, let's read it over real quick. Dear Mr. Governor, I'm a concerned citizen residing in the state of Pennsylvania. No, okay. This is actually a run-on sentence, ain't it? No. Yeah. I don't need to put residing because I think you got to put your address above. I'm a concerned citizen inquiring about the individuals you choose to surround yourself with, Given your stance on anti-violence and reforming the Pennsylvania probation system, the individual you stood next to, okay, when did they sign that bill? Because I want to put the date that they fucking, you know what I mean? That he could know what the fuck I'm talking about. It was at Independence Hall. Is it here? Okay, yeah. December 18th. You're right. Okay. Sorry, so again. The individuals. Used to. On December 18th. 2023. Robert Meek Williams, a.k.a. Meek Mill, and use him as the example of such needed change and reform is a complete menace to society. Recently, he threatened to have killed or harm at least a dozen other black men, including another rapper named Poundside Pop and a civilian and esteemed member of the press, DJ Akademiks. This is concerning to me. Why is this person who you choose to align with for this effort? Damn. Hate never looked so good. Holy shit. What should be the message topic? Here we go. Correctional services, criminal justice. Ain't nothing better. There we go. Here we fucking go. By the way, tomorrow chat. This is where I got some bread for y'all. I'm going to send it to y'all on Cash App. You see this number right here? All of y'all niggas call that shit. I promise y'all. Y'all got to get the phone recording if you want me to pay you, though. And if they send you the voicemail, I'm not paying you. But because I know the first couple ones they going to answer. I need you on the phone with them. Real talk. You on the phone with them saying basically this, saying, hey, listen, I'm just a concerned citizen. Yo, you know, I'm seeing a lot of things online. I see a guy who was sitting there with the governor talking about anti-violence, also talking about prison reform and probation reform. Basically, he's online threatening to kill all type of people, talking about he got switches, Dracos, all type of stuff. That imagery is concerned, and just capture what the fuck they say, okay? Tape that motherfucker, okay? So this is, they probably open at 8 o'clock, nigga. I'm even calling tomorrow. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, all right? Nah, this is complete hate. I ain't even gonna lie to you. This is beautiful. Okay, let me just put in my PA address. I don't want that shit to get leaked. Actually, nah, I got a better one. Okay. Wait, where is it? Fuck. Give me 1 second, sir. Gotta make sure this shit is right. You feel me? Wait, why is this like that? Perfect. I got it, chat. All right, y'all know my address? Look how devious. I'll dox myself just for the effort. Fuck it, man. 1528. Y'all can see it? East Berks Street. Oh, man. 19125. Let's see. 19125. Perfect. What county? It's Philadelphia County, right? Yeah. There we go. Okay. Let me put my email in my bad chat. We just want a legit response. I ain't even capping with you. I'm putting a real email in this bitch. Okay. All right. Perfect. They said they want me to put my number in there. Okay. All right. Process it. Perfect. Your form has been submitted successfully. Chat, listen. Tomorrow, please call this number. We gotta let the governor know about this fake thug online, man. We sick and tired of it, man. It's been 15 death threats in the last 4 days, bro. We sick and tired of this nigga, man. We gonna have to take his phone, put him back on probation. We gonna have to do something or get him off the reform team, okay? Don't put him back on probation, okay? I'm not that much of a hater, but get him off the reform team, okay? I'm sorry. We can't have this type of guy. You know what I mean? Basically, fake thugging 1 minute and then gangbanging the next. We can't have it happening, all right? Okay. All right, people, enough Meek Mill shit, man. Please go watch that interview. We got Quilly coming up next. And salute to everybody from Philly, man. Make Philly great again. All right? By the way, again, there is, for everybody who's in Philly who's going to see this part, there's a bigger effort as well. Unfortunately, Meek was a hater for a lot of these people. I know you're going to be like, you have your axe to grind. Bro, the goal in this, and I told Dean this today. I said, today you got the internet lit. Everybody's looking at you, okay? What I want you to do is, whatever you felt like wasn't getting that attention from Philly, let's funnel it there. And I told him, I said, yo, send me some shit when I repost pieces of this interview on my main page. I want to post what you want to promote, whether it's another artist who was never getting that shine. So there is a point to this too. So whatever attention that comes from this, we're trying to funnel it to some artists who probably never got the attention. And it doesn't have to be, those artists or whoever don't like Meek. It's just like, no, this is still about Philadelphia at the end of the day. Okay? All right, people. Let's move on. We should talk about Sexy Red and Aiden, but it's not really want to talk about it that much. Okay, let me see what else been going on.